And now
they've got it straightened out.
Now the official makes the right call on the play, and it will be still a nice play by Ponchatoula, about a 10-yard gain. And if you want the best fried seafood in town, a cook-to-order meal just the way you like it, how about a great blooming onion or a huge order of onion rings? Go see our friends at Robo's Cafe, located across from Gabriel's in downtown Ponchatoula. Right now, come by for all-you-can-eat catfish every day, and kids eat free Monday through Wednesday. That's Robo's Cafe in downtown Ponchatoula. So Robinson will drop. He's under a big rush. Does a good job of just getting that football away. And that will force, I believe, a 4th down now for Ponchatoula. And Bobby, we talk about it. The mistakes kill drives. Ponchatoula had a great-looking drive going before the clip.
Yeah, a great run by the running back, and then, you know, you get the clip, the personal foul call, brings it back 15 yards, and, you know, it's just hard to overcome that. You know, it seems like it's been happening to Ponchatoula every other series.
So it will be, with 7:01 to go, he will drop under a heavy rush. Golding retreats. He will make the fair catch all the way back to his 29-yard line. So the young man has struggled a little bit punting, but he gets a dandy off here as this is 10, 20, 30, almost 40 yards, Bobby, with no return, and you can't ask for anything more of that than your punter.
No, good punt by the punter for Ponchatoula. You know, Hammond will have good field position, though, and they'll get the ball for the first time in the second half.
And speaking of great plays, Amtrak Mortgage has got some going right now. Rates at all-time lows, so don't hesitate or it'll be too late. Proud sponsors of All Tangible Athletics. Go see all of our friends at Amtrak Mortgage, 902-9014. Eister will drop. Gonna throw it. He's got, Carey just cannot kite handle the football. And good coverage on the play by number 10, I believe, from Ponchatoula. And that was Johnson on the coverage and did a good job of letting Carey know he was there so it wouldn't be an easy catch.
Yeah, you know, Scott threw a bullet that time, too. You know, Randy had his hands on the football. I thought he had a chance of making a catch, but it was a good defense by the Ponchatoula defensive back.
So 2nd and 10 here to go for the Tornadoes. Gonna be pressured, rolls out away from it. He goes to Johnny Smith. He is just drilled by number, turn around, 5. Give some credit. We can't give you credit if we don't see your name. That's Kenny Taylor, and he just let Johnny Smith have it as soon as he could.
Yeah, but you know what? Johnny just gets back up and he says, okay, yeah, nice hit. You know, I'm just going to walk to the sidelines. I'll be back next play. Maybe I'll score a touchdown. Maybe I'll score some, gain a few yards. But, you know, Johnny's a hard-nosed football player, and that was a good hit by the Ponchatoula defensive back that time.
And Michael had a great point at halftime. You know, I think this Ponchatoula defense is extremely underrated. They may just be the best defense Hammond's played, and I'd put them right up there with Covington. Coming with a blitz, and Eister may have gotten a jump off sides. He's going to take a timeout here as Ponchatoula's defensive line obviously had him confused.
Timeout. Move towards.
Tonight. So 3rd and 6 facing Hammond here. Ponchatoula, except for probably 2 plays tonight, has played extremely good defense. Eister drops, heavy rush, and gets away from it, and I don't believe that catch is going to be made. It won't be. The ball bounced into Darnell Wilson's hands. So give a lot of credit to Ponchatoula. There is a flag down, and the way that came out in the position, that could be either roughing the passer or a face mask. Let's see what the call is. It will be face mask, but unless that is the big variety, I don't know that will really help Hammond. No, it will be from the line of scrimmage. You're right. So that's going to be a probable 1st down for Hammond.
15 yards.
Oh, it's the big one. And another critical mistake at a critical time committed by the Greenway.
Yeah, this is what kills your team, and your coaching staff wonders that, you know, all year long you're playing a hard football game, and now you're fighting real hard, and you get a costly penalty against you at a time so critical.
Well, they would have had the big stop they were looking for there on 3rd down. Instead, after the penalty, is a 1st down for Hammond at the midfield stripe. Eister will drop. Another heavy rush. dumps it to Duke Adams. He's got some room, gets a block from Barker, and it'll be a first down for the Tornadoes on the 39-yard line.
Takes the reception, and he goes for another first down.
And Ryan Barker was flying downfield. I mean, you know, he took one man out and was looking for another man to take out. And, you know, what can you say about an offensive lineman that has the heart of a Ryan Barker? I mean, plays hard every down, and the whole offensive line for Hammond is just a tough offensive line.
Well, he is the Hammond version of Kyle Turley, because I tell you what, if there's somebody who wants to make an extra hit, it's probably going to be big number 54.
They call him Little Nasty, but he's like Big Nasty.
Eicher takes the snap.
Eicher will step up, going to throw it high, and he may have actually been trying to throw that one away because Ponchatoula had outstanding coverage on the play.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to throw the ball away, Shane. Darnell was very well covered, and he just threw it over his head. And, you know, hey, bring up a second down and give him another play to maybe complete a pass and get a first down.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Caldwell Banker Bobby Tallow Realty, a team of real estate professionals well trained on the cutting edge of real estate sales and techniques and technology. So if you want a listing or you want to buy a home, go see our friends at Bobby Tallow Caldwell Banker Realty, 345-6802. Eicher will drop, going to step up, and going to be stuffed by the Ponchatoula defense.
Number 50.
And big number 50 for Ponchatoula in on the stop.
John Walsh on the takedown.
John Walsh, he will get credit for the sack, so that will force Hammond in a big 3rd and 12 here. And Bobby, at this point in the field position, I think that Hammond needs 5-6 yards before they can even think about going for it on 4th down.
Yeah, I agree with you, Shane. But you know, I'm really surprised, and I tell you what, looks Ponchatoula's blitz package really looks sound tonight. They're doing a good job teeing off against the Hammond offensive line.
Eicher will drop under pressure, and it's going to be overthrows carry. So again, Ponchatoula's defense, when they have to, comes up with a big stop. It will be 4th down, and I would think that you will see Jim Hall in here trying to pin Ponchatoula back.
Yeah, he's going to have to punt the football, get him pinned back. Jim's done it all year, put the ball inside the 5-yard line, and you know that's an offensive weapon right now. But you know they're thinking about it on the sideline, and you know maybe Coach Moore may think differently.
Well, Scott Eicher's pleading his case, asking his coach to let him go for it, and he may have Carmen's ear because Hammond's going to take a time out here and talk about it. We'll take this one with him. So obviously, Bobby, Scott Eicher lost his argument because we see Jim Hall out here trying to pin Ponchatoula back, and I think from the Hammond standpoint, that is the right decision to make.
No doubt about it, Shane. You know, with Jim Hall, he's going to try to pin him down inside the 5. Oh, my goodness.
And Jim Hall's going to throw it. And what a catch by...
Does he have the first down, though?
He does have the first down, and we have been calling for that play all year, and what a time for Carmen to go into his bag of tricks. And Jim Hall just showed you that he's got a heck of an arm.
Well, you know, we've seen him do that at practice, but we just haven't seen them run that play this year, and you're right, Jim, man wide open. Jim just got the ball out there, and, you know, Hammond made a first down. I don't know about that one, but, hey, you know, it worked. What can you say? He's the guru for doing it, and it's a first down Hammond, and you know.
What a heartbreaking play from Ponchatoula again. They have the stop that they were looking for, only to give it up off of a trick play. Eicher will drop. He gets hit as he throws. This is going to be intercepted by 36. He's got a whole lot of daylight ahead of him. 40. Scott Eicher gets in and makes the stop, gives himself up. And Eicher, Scott Eicher was dangerously close to getting an unsportsmanlike penalty called. And I think, just like Michael, that probably he should have gotten one right there.
Well, you know, yeah, I hate to say it, but what goes around comes around, and you know that was kind of a tough call that they made on going for the first down on the fake punt. But you know, then Scott gets the ball blocked. You know, they tip the ball up, they get the interception. Ponchatoula's in business right now.
Absolutely, and they're still very much in this ball game. It's 17-7. Ponchatoula has the ball. And you'd have to think some momentum here as Robinson will drop. He's going to air it out, goes for it all, and good play by Tobias Bell. Gets in there and won't let him make the play. Sal Prussia in also on the stop.
Yeah, actually, Stevens, is it Stevens, number 10? Check that.
For Ponchatoula, that was Emmett Johnson.
Johnson, number 10. Actually, he was double coverage that time, so, you know, ill-advised throw by the quarterback Robinson into the double coverage. But, you know, that might be something that he just did not pick up. And, you know, Hammond reacted back there to get that coverage on that receiver.
So Robinson will hand it off to his fullback. He's got another big hole, a big hole. He's only got sound pressure to beat, and he is going to beat him. And don't look now, but it is 17-14. Ponchatoula has pulled right back into the lead. And my, oh my, great play by Ponchatoula. The big guy who has made the plays all night is Aaron Lyons, and he just made what was a tremendous play from Ponchatoula.
Yeah, Aaron Lyons, senior running back, about 6 foot, 200 pounds. And let me tell you something, for a fullback, he can flat fly.
For great Mexican food, and look no further than La Corretta's. They have outstanding service and absolutely the best Mexican food and drinks in this side of the border. And the extra point is going to be good to bring our score to 17-14. The Tornadoes are on top.
Critical for some of the mistakes that Ponchatoula has made. You also have to come back and be critical of some of the mistakes Hammond's made. A touchdown came off the board in this ball game, and a big interception is committed there with the pressure from Ponchatoula, and Ponchatoula very much believes now they can win this ball game, only down by 3.
And you have to congratulate Ponchatoula's offense and their defense for keeping Ponchatoula in the ball game, and also take your hats off to Ponchatoula's offense. And let me tell you something, I mean, you know, they opened up a hole that you could run a Mack truck through along the line of scrimmage, but when that running back got in the secondary, I don't think that Hammond's got anybody who can stay with this kid. This kid was flying.
Absolutely. So let's see if the Tornadoes can answer Ponchatoula's big touchdown drive. Tonight's game is brought to you by Clayton Mobile Homes of Hammond. They offer a fine collection of new and repos with great prices, affordable interest, many with no money down. So go by and see the friendly people at Clayton Mobile Homes, located in the I-12 service road across from Ramada, or call them at 542-0036. And your kicker will be Nicholas Green for the Green Wave.
Green to kick off for the Green Wave.
This will be fielded by, I can't see the number, I believe that's Brandon Scott. Cuts it back, and he will get no further than about the 30-yard line. So actually a pretty good return. Hammond will start in good field position. Tonight's game is brought to you by Leader Title Company. For all your real estate closings, successions, wills, corporation works, LLCs, call our friend Mr. Harvey Cook at Leader Title Company. Leader Title looking at 1501 Derrick Drive, Suite A in Hammond, 542-6420. Tonight's game is brought to you by Harry McNeely & Son Funeral Home, serving your family with dignity, sincerity, and respect. So Scott Eisher has been under heavy pressure most of the night by this very aggressive Ponchatoula defense. He will drop. The blitz package is picked up, and he was hit awful late on that play. You got to wonder what the official didn't call the flag on that play, because he was hit a good 2 seconds after he released the football, Bobby.
Well, I wasn't watching that. I was actually watching number 7 for the Ponchatoula defensive back. Had a chance of intercepting that pass and maybe taking it on in for 6. But, you know, we talked about Ponchatoula's defense. I'm watching their defense. They're actually running that 3-4 right now. It's the old Chicago Bear defense, and they're having great success with it, especially on their blitz packages right now.
Well, what they're doing so well is they're sending people from all kinds of different angles, and Hammond's having a very difficult time picking it up. Eisher will drop, gonna throw it. His man falls down on the pass, and there's nothing there, and all of a sudden it's 3rd and 10.
And the momentum has changed a little bit, Shane. You know, Ponchatoula got that quick score and that great run by their running back, and, you know, listen to the fans.
The Ponchatoula, this reminds me so much of the St. Paul game with the way that Ponchatoula has just kind of hung around, and don't look now, but they have a chance to take the lead in this ball game if they can come up with a stop here.
Yeah, and they're having a good time out there. They're having some fun out there, hitting people right now and playing defense. And you know they've been in the ball game all night with that Bear defense. So let's see what happens here.
Eisher has been under tremendous pressure, and this is going to be a delay of game call against Hammond. And I got to tell you, for the first time in a long time, this Hammond offense looks pretty rattled.
Yeah, they look a little bit out of sync right now. I agree with you, Shane. And, you know, it may take this 5-yard penalty to settle them down a little bit, but, you know, here they go again.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Ross Downing Chevrolet. Very proud reputation for discounts. Complete line of Chevrolet cars and trucks. They support all of Tangipahoa athletics. Great sale prices daily and a tremendous service department. Go see our friends at Ross Downing Chevrolet, 345-1285. Boy, listen to this crowd. They are so much into this ball game, imploring defense, defense, defense. Eisher under a lot of pressure, rolling, gonna throw it. He's hit as he throws, but oh my goodness, Eli Jansen can't come up with the play, and I do not understand why you don't call a late hit on that play, but good pressure defense, and Hammond simply got to make a play like that when they have the opportunity.
Yeah, they sure do, Shane. I mean, you know, hit him right in the hands with the football, but Scott had a tremendous amount of pressure on him. He evaded the pressure, got the ball off. It wasn't a very pretty pass, but he did get it to his receiver. But you got to take your hats off to the Ponchatoula defense right now. They're playing inspired football, and it's going to be a long second half here for both teams.
Absolutely. Jim Hall gets a tremendous kick, but he's got a lot of room in front of him to return it on the 25. He gets a block, gets another block. He's going to try to turn the corner before he finally trips up, but Ponchatoula has got tremendous field position as they will start on their own 45-yard line. Tonight's game is proudly sponsored by North Shore Career College in Hammond, providing the highest quality career training to all enrolled students. Programs like medical assistants, medical clerical assistants, nursing assistants, physical therapy technicians, and much more. So call North Shore Career College where new beginnings happen, 419-2050. Landry Home Health Supply, specializing in oxygen, customized power wheelchairs, scooters, and with hospital beds. Located at 1010 CM Fagan in Hammond for all your home medical equipment needs. Call Landry Home Health Supply at 419-9000. And Robinson will roll, keeps it himself. He's got the corner. He turns it, gets a big hit up to the about 6 yards. So Ponchatoula doing exactly what they need to do on first down.
Yeah, they got outside of containment that time. Robinson did a good job running the football around the right side, picked up some positive yardage. Now, what I kind of look for right now, that, you know, Robinson, Aaron Lyon has been your featured running back here in the second half. Really, he's been your featured running back all game with the speed. But I think that what they're going to try to do is work the other running back right now. That's Chris Henningsen. Let's see what happens, Shane.
So 2nd and 5 to go. It is opportunity time for Ponchatoula, gut check time for Hammond, and good play by the quarterback to just get back to the line. The bad thing about that, they faked it to number 17, and I think had they put the ball in his gut, he had another big play.
Yeah, that's true. You know, the belly play was wide open at that time. He would have had some positive yardage, but they wanted to run the option, and it looked like they tried to run the option back to Henningsman. Hammond was there to make the defensive stop that time. Good play by the defense.
So 3rd and 5 here for Ponchatoula. The ball game is here for them if they can seize the momentum even further. Let's see what Robinson and company come up with. The give is to 17. He fights his way forward, but he's going to be stopped short of the first down, which is going to give Ponchatoula a very big decision to make. Bobby, you're signaling go for it. I don't know if I agree with you, but let's see what Ponchatoula comes up with.
Oh, they don't have anything to lose right now. I mean, they've got everything to gain. They're on a little roll right now. It's 4th and about 3 yards. The fans are calling for it. I hadn't seen Coach Myers make a decision yet, but, you know, here we go. Timeout. They're going to talk about it.
As I think done the right thing here, elected to punt the football. Let's see if they may have a fake up their sleeve. No, they will snap it back and kick it. And great kick. Golding will have to get away from this. It will roll and continue to roll and continue to roll all the way down to the 5-yard line. So what a tremendous kick by Ponchatoula. That was
Well, we first attack.
Nicholas Green, and the second time tonight he has pinned Hammond way back deep.
Yeah, they didn't think about it too long. Shane decided to punt the football. Great kick by the punter. Hammond's going to have terrible field position to start somewhere around their 6-yard line, so it'll be first down and 10 for Hammond, somewhere around the 6-yard line. And, you know, here's where Ponchatoula's been coming up big all night long on defense with that 3-4 Bear defense. And, you know, Hammond's going to try to grind the football out, pick up maybe a first down or two, maybe put the ball in the air again. That's what they've been doing all night. Let's see what happens.
48 seconds to play in the third quarter. Hammond hanging precariously to a 17-14 lead over Ponchatoula. Big Marcus Jones in the backfield for Hammond. They may run a sweep behind him. That's exactly what happens. There's a big flag on this play. Is coming back. It's going to negate a huge play by Hammond as Stephen Golding is all the way up to the 47-yard line. But I think they got Hammond on a hold way back at the 5-yard line, or maybe an illegal procedure. And now Hammond is the team that is shooting themselves in the foot. Tonight's game is brought to you by Parish National Bank. Over 3 decades of serving the Florida parishes, $365 million in assets, online banking capability, local people equal local decision, personal service and touch. Member FDIC, that's Parish National Bank.
Yeah, Hammond was caught that time with illegal shifts. Shane, they're going to be penalized half the distance of the goal, and, you know, it negates a big play for the Hammond offense and a great run by Pete Golden.
And Hammond's got to be very, very careful here, because if you get caught with a holding in your end zone, that's going to be a safety for Ponchatoula. And look for Ponchatoula to send the house here. And the give, he's out of his back. Golding's got a big run, and he cuts it back and all the way down to the 32-yard line, and that was a tremendous play and a nice hole opened up by the Hammond offensive line.
And I'm going to tell you who opened up that hole too. Marcus Jones, playing fullback that time, just destroyed that linebacker and sprung Petey Golden loose. And a great run by Golden, good read getting into the defensive backfield. You know, had a chance of maybe taking it for 6.
And Bobby, we complimented Ponchatoula crowd on the way they were so noisy here a few minutes ago from all the way across the stadium. We can hear the Tornado faithful now imploring their team to go towards go. So Marcus Jones again in motion. Let's see, and the pitch is again, this time to Eli Johnson. He's going to turn the corner, makes a good play, but gets stuck about a 2-yard gain on the play. I think that was actually Brandon Scott on the run. I think I misspoke. What has been a tremendous ball game. Hammond leads 17-14 over Ponchatoula.
Third quarter. The third quarter is brought to you.
And we're back to action here. It is 2nd and 4. Hammond has been able to run the ball out of the hole. I don't look for them to do anything different here. And they're going to get Hammond with an illegal motion, I believe. Somebody moved early, and that will take Hammond out of offside. Offsides Ponchatoula, and that's going to be close to a first down for Hammond. I thought maybe one of the Tornadoes moved early, but I guess they may have been drawn offsides.
And, you know, Shane, I'm very, very impressed with the Ponchatoula defense. They played very aggressively. They got a lot of pop. Every one of these players are hitting and playing very, very hard, and it seems like, you know, maybe some of the success that they have not had this year could have been caused by some of the penalties like they're having tonight.
2-yard line.
Tonight's game is proudly brought to you by Bill Hood Ford. We're going to talk about Bill Hood in just a minute after this play. Scott Eister back in at quarterback, that full house backfield again. It is 1st and 10 for the Tornadoes. Hammond will have to reset now. They do. Long count by Eister, and the give is to Marcus Jones, running over people and getting about 3 yards. And speaking of Bill Hood and running over people, the deals that Bill Hood gives are just flat out the competition. They give you some tremendous deals, a great service department on both new and used cars. If you need a new vehicle, go see our friends at Bill Hood Ford in Hammond. That's 345-1590.
345-1590, Bill Hood Ford.
So Hammond will be in a 2nd and 6 to go here. The pitch is again, no, Golding, and Eicher's going to be thrown down for a loss. And guess who? Mr. Keene, once again, we have called his name all night long, and Scott Eicher had no chance once Keene poured through there.
And what a great football player. You know, Trace Keene started off as your quarterback, and, you know, Coach Myers decided to go with youth, put Robinson in at quarterback, told Trace, you know, we need you on defense. And kind of a football player he is, a lot of heart, a lot of pride, hard-working young kid, decided to go, oh, let's do it, Coach. I'll do anything you need. We need to do. We need to win some football games, and there he was making a good defensive stop for the Ponchatoula Green Wave.
Hammond has made an adjustment to go to a max protection package with Marcus Jones in at fullback, staying in on a passing situation. And Eicher under a lot of pressure. He's going to be drilled. And who was this? I don't believe it. Trace Keene once again. And he is making a serious play to be player of the game.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he's been in on every big play, especially in the backfield. He's been in the backfield all night long for Ponchatoula. He's a little shaken up right now. I hope there's nothing serious. I see 2 managers looking at him right now. This would be a huge loss for Ponchatoula if Trace Keene is not able to get back into this ball game.
I think he just got the wind knocked out of him, Bobby. He's a warrior. He'll be back. Jim Hall will snack to go back to kick it. He gets a high, booming kick away. It'll be fielded by 25. He takes it to the 30. He's got a little bit of a seam, and that's got to be a clip. I think somebody saw it. That's coming back as number up to the 45-yard line. That will come way back. And again, we see on both sides errors being made at critical times that will negate big field position.
I don't know what the call is. It seems like it may be a clip there, but where was the clip at? Was it?
They're going to mark it off, I believe, from the 45-yard line, so that'll put Ponchatoula all the way back to the 30 where they'll stop. And that ends up being about a 25 to 30-yard penalty. If you want the best fried seafood in town, a cooked-to-order meal done just the way you like it, how about a great blooming onion or huge onion of onion rings? Go by and see our friends at Robo's Cafe, located across from Gabriel's in downtown Ponchatoula. Right now, come by for all-you-can-eat catfish every day, and kids eat free on Monday through Wednesday.
And here goes the Green Wave.
The Ponchatoula crowd does not like the call, but I got to tell you, it was the right call. You can see it 15, 20 yards away. It will be 1st and 10 for Ponchatoula on the 30. The give is the big fullback, pounds his way forward, and he's going to get about 3.
Yeah, the Hammond defense is going to get a big dose of Lyon, Henderson, and Robinson. You know, and hey, that's their bread and butter. They've been running the football, especially with Lyon. Great back.
You know, they get 4 yards, Bobby. If I am Jerry Myers, I come right back to the same play and try to give me 3 to 4 more.
Well, Jerry's an excellent football coach. I mean, he's in this ball game right now, 17-14, 9:02 left and counting. And, you know, a score here by Ponchatoula, and with the way they play in defense, it could be Katie Bartador for the Tornadoes.
You're not lying about that. It is 2nd and 7. He's going to throw the screen. He cannot hold on. Good adjustment by,
Robinson ball intended for,
I believe, Herschel Robinson. That is correct. Gets in there. He smelled out the screen and became a linebacker rather than a defensive end. Amtrak Mortgage. Rates are at an all-time low right now, so don't hesitate or it'll be too late. Proud supporters of all tangible athletics. Stop by and see Randall Smith, Cookie Drude, Michelle Sylvester, Joanna Harris. Program to fit all needs, or give them a call at 902-9014. If you're looking for that special company to take care of all your business needs, then why not try the professional staff at Quick Copy and Printing in Hammond. They will take care of all your printing services, so go see them at 2107 West Thomas in Hammond. A big run here up to the 41-yard line, and guess who? The offensive MVP at this point is Aaron Lyons.
Aaron Lyon on the run, he said. Aaron Lyon on the run, and Aaron Lyon on the run. He's been running the football north and south all night long, and, you know, he is Ponchatoula's offense right now. He and Mr. Robinson.
Also the 3rd quarter.
And I believe in Butch's signaling first down. I think he's going to be correct once this measurement comes back across.
North Morrison Boulevard in Hammond. Tommy's Pizza is open late after every Ponchatoula home game. Bring your game ticket and receive $1 off any size pizza. Tommy's, the best pizza in town.
And Bobby, there were a lot of so-called experts who over this week had predicted a 20, a 30-point Hammond victory. But I try to tell them that this Ponchatoula team is very, very good and very talented. And I tell you what, for the Tornado fans, they're getting everything tonight that they can possibly handle. And Ponchatoula has a very strong chance to pull the upset tonight.
Oh, yes, they do, because they've got that great defense and they're playing hard. You know, if they put some points here on the board here, on this drive here, Shane, like I said, it could be lights out for this Tornado football team, who desperately need this football game to stay on top of the ratings.
And it's going to be a play-action fake. Steps up, going to throw it, and that could have been offensive pass interference. Nothing is called. And good job then by number 3 from Ponchatoula into turning into a defensive back, as that is, I believe, Robert Walker. And what a tremendous crowd we've had on tack. Both sides have been very much into this football game. They're 4 or 5 deep, and a lot of times you'll see them, you know, it's a lot of football games not watching the game, but everybody's eyes are glued to what's going on the football field tonight.
Yeah, I'm looking at a group here below me. They're having a good time. They're very vocal, and they have a right to be, because Ponchatoula is playing very, very good football.
2nd and 10, give us the number 40. There's nothing there for him. That will bring up a 3rd down. Look at that student section, Bobby, from Ponchatoula. They want this win so bad they can taste it.
And that's the little group that I was talking about. You know, they're very vocal right now. They're in the football game. There they go. They're having a good time. Their team is doing well. They're in the football game, and Ponchatoula's got a chance to win this game tonight.
7:55 and counting in the 4th quarter. Hammond holding on to a 17-14 lead. Ponchatoula running the quarterback keeper. Got a pitch it, ball's put on the ground, and I think Hammond may have got it. Oh, what a huge turnover in this ball game.
That'll be 1st and 10. Brother Ford.
And you can almost feel the wind just kind of sucked out of that crowd after that play, Bobby.
Yeah, Robinson made an ill-advised pitch that time to the running back. You know, he's a sophomore. He's young, aggressive kid. You know, he's trying to win this football game. They're all trying very, very hard. Just an ill-advised pitch, fumble, put the ball on the ground. Hammond recovers, got a 1st down.
Now it's critical from the Tornado standpoint that they make Ponchatoula pay for that turnover. Conversely, the way Ponchatoula's paid on defense all night, they just want to come up with another stop. This is going to be way overthrown. And Ryan Barker almost committed a very costly clip on that play. He's fortunate that he came up empty when he was trying to make the block.
You know, Shane, this might not be a bad time for Hammond to go ahead and go into their short yardage formation. You know, Ponchatoula's coming with an all-out blitz. Anytime there's not a back in the backfield guarding Mr. Eister, then they're coming, and, you know, there's just not enough people to pick them up.
Absolutely. Hammond obviously feels differently. They go back into this hurry-up offense and give us to Darnell Wilson. He's going to try to turn the corner. There's nothing there. He's going to fall down, and that's going to be about a 9-yard loss. I truly do not understand that call, Bobby. That is one of the first times all year that I just don't know what the Hammond coaching staff may have been trying to accomplish with that. Obviously, they were trying to get Ponchatoula out of position, but...
Well, they've run the play several times tonight. I know at least 5 times they've run the play, and they haven't really been successful with it. But, you know, they see something or they know something that we don't know. It's not working. Maybe they're setting something up. I don't know. Let's see what happens here.
Now, what I'd like to have seen Hammond do, obviously, is come out and run the ball here. That maybe they will as Johnny Smith goes back in the backfield. No, they come in, and Eister's under a lot of pressure. Steps up again, going to have to tuck it away. He will only get back to the 39 to 41-yard line. The good part about that play from Hammond's perspective is the clock will continue to run because there was not an incomplete pass. Ponchatoula, though, they have shown the ability to strike quickly. I'll look for them to come after this punt.
The fourth quarter.
And guess who that was again? That's number 7, Trace Keene on the tackle. He's played a great football game tonight. Hammond's in a very, very, very cautious.
Jim Hall will kick it and gets a nice high-hanging kick, and it will go out of bounds on about the 20-yard line. So Ponchatoula, all things considered, that's really not bad field position to come out of that point.
Brought to you by Ross Downing Chevrolet, located on Morrison Boulevard.
Hey guys, we want to make sure that we thank all of these sponsors one more time. Without Bill Hood Ford and without Caldwell Banker, La Coretta, Clayton Mobile Homes, Leader Title Company, Harry McNeely and Sons, Amtrak Mortgage, Robo's Cafe, Arrow Financial Services, Ross Downing Chevrolet, North Shore Career College, Quick Copy, Parish National Bank, member FDIC, Landry Home Health Care. It's not possible to bring you these kind of games, and I tell you what, we have seen a barn burner.
And with 6 minutes plus left on the clock, Shane, we still could see a lot of fireworks here tonight.
Absolutely. Hammond's defense steps up big on first down. It comes up with a no gain on that play as Chase Morales, Parker Ellis, Scott Robinson, and others all in on that stop.
That's one of the first times Chase would double team that time. He's in right along the line of scrimmage to make the tackle for no gain. Hammond's going to have to come up big here, Shane. I mean, this is a crucial series in the ball game right now for both teams.
Absolutely. There's 5:30 and counting to play in the fourth quarter. Ponchatoula is not in a tremendous hurry. And Bobby, I really don't think they have to get outside their offense here. They want to continue to work with what's worked so far. They may want to try to get to the line of scrimmage a little bit quicker though next time. And gives us a 17, got a big hole, gonna fight his way forward. He's gonna be up near the first down, all the way down to the 29-yard line, and that's what we talked about.
That's that San Francisco offense. They split backfield, they run a straight dive play right off a tackle. There's nobody there, and great offensive call by the offensive coordinator for the Ponchatoula Green Wave, and of course a great run again by Lyon.
It is 3rd and 1 now, and I don't think there's been a more critical play all ball game for both teams. Ponchatoula very well could consider themselves in 4-down territory right now with 4:45 to go in the game. But with the way number 17's been running, I would just tuck the ball under his wing if I'm Ponchatoula. That's what they do, but Hammond is there for the big stop, and I think he did not get it. So now Ponchatoula will have the biggest decision of the game to make here.
Well, the way they're playing defense, Shane, I mean, you punt the ball again. I mean, you still plenty of time left on the clock. I don't see why they need to take a chance on going for it, but it looks like their offense is staying in, and I'm corrected to be wrong again, and they're going to try to go for it.
And I think this may be the right decision here. You have a chance to try to seize the momentum in this ball game. They're going to take it, but they'll have to burn a timeout in the process. With 4 minutes to go, we'll take this timeout with them.
The fourth quarter is brought to you by...
And here's a big play in a big game.
Huge
the
play.
Crowd is into it. Let's see what happens here. It is 4th down and 1. The ball game may last on this play. Everybody's near the top of the line. The give is to 49. He's still on his feet. He's got the first down and more. Still on his feet, and he will be all the way down to the 40-yard line. And what a great play by the Ponchatoula offense.
That's Chris Henningsen on a run, Powerful back, just like Lyon. Got through that first wave of the Hammond defense, got in the secondary, made some good moves, got the first down.
And Michael just makes a great point, Bobby. Everybody in the whole stadium was carrying on number 17. Give this coaching staff from Ponchatoula a lot of credit. They popped it back and made a great call. 3:30 and counting to go in the ball game. Ponchatoula on the drive, going to throw it, and it's going to be intercepted by Hammond, and all the way back to the 29-yard line, and that just might have decided this ball game. And my, oh my.
Ponchatoula driving the football, call a timeout, got the first down, great running, and then the first play after the first down, 1st and 10 play, they throw the interception. Young quarterback trying to make something happen. Wide receiver, I don't know if he fell down or what, I didn't see, but you know, Hammond football, and, you know, they Ponchatoula still have some timeouts
Who
left.
made the great pick for Hammond? Is that Tobias Bell? I believe that's who came up with that interception.
Okay, here comes the defense.
Now here comes Hammond. They will not try to fool anybody here. They're going to go to a full house backfield. They need at least one first down to milk some clock. With the way this Ponchatoula defense has been playing, that is not a given. And ball's on the ground, and Ponchatoula's going to cover it. Oh my goodness gracious.
Ponchatoula's fired up right now, Shane. The players are having a good time. They're swarming all over the football right now, but we got a man down, and we may take a break here.
And what has been a tremendous ball game, Ponchatoula will have one last chance. It is 1st and 10 on their own 40-yard line. They need 30 to 40 yards to have a shot at a field goal. They got to pitch it out. He's going to try to turn the corner, but Hammond is there. I want to see who makes that play, because I believe that was Scott Robinson chased that play down from his defensive end spot and makes a very, very big stop. Is now going to go on to 3 minutes to go.
Huge stop by Scott Robinson to chase that play down from behind and grab Ryan. You know, he had the corner. Scott stayed with him, you know, and chased him down, made the play. Great defensive effort for the Tornado defense and Mr. Scott Robinson.
So 2nd and 12 facing Ponchatoula. They need at least 30 yards to try the tying field goal. Hammond leads 17-14. 2:30 and counting to play in the ball game. Ponchatoula will try to throw it. He's under a lot of rush, and Chase Morales just gulped that play up.
Yeah, that looked like a big old T-bone steak to Chase Morales. He said, you know, he figured it out, said, I'm coming to eat you up, gobble you up, and that's exactly what he did. And now Ponchatoula's faced with a 3rd down and about 17 yards.
And we're going to go under 2 minutes to go here as Ponchatoula will get back up to the line. 1:57 and counting, third quarter.
And we've seen so many big plays tonight, Shane. You know, I mean, I'm waiting for another big play to happen at any time.
You're absolutely right. And going to be Correll Whittington in on a huge sack for the Tornadoes. Going to throw him all the way back to the 24-yard line. And you know, we have praised the Ponchatoula defense all game, and they certainly have played a great game. But when they had to, the Hammond defense has just stepped up big. It will be 4th down and forever. Let's see if they've got one more stop left in them, or if this Ponchatoula team, which looks like they've watched the New York Yankees a lot lately in their comeback attempts, let's see if they've got one more play left in them.
Huge defensive stand by the Tornadoes that time, and, you know, yep, Ponchatoula looks like they're going to try to get that one more play that they need. It looks like it could be the Hail Mary, although I don't see trips anywhere. Big play here.
Only one wide receiver in the formation. Ball's on the ground, and Hammond has come up with a big stop, and that will be the ball game, I believe, with 54 seconds to go. I think Ponchatoula only has one timeout remaining, which means Hammond has to snap it twice. But folks, this is the swamp, and strange things have been happening all night. Nothing is guaranteed, even at this point.
Well, Shane, I've played in 4 of these Hammond Ponchatoula ball games, and every one that I played in was 7-6, 7-0, 14-13, and I think 7-3. So, I mean, Hammond Ponchatoula, big rivalry. I'm glad that they've renewed this rivalry. I'm glad it's the last football game of the season for both teams.
And this is exactly where a season should.
You stay and watch them and give them
when you talk about big games, this is how a season should end, a regular season. The only thing I wish is this had been for the district title with both teams. And I think with the way that Coach Myers is putting together this team, this is a team that is dominated by sophomores and juniors. Folks, look for very big things from this Greenway Ball Club next year. Hammond, though, this is their senior-laden team. Hammond,
fourth quarter is brought to you by Ross Downing Chevrolet.
Hammond will go on next week to the playoffs.
And Hammond. Sales are leaking.
And Scott Eischer will probably take a knee here, trying to preserve what has been a very, very tough victory for the Tornadoes.
Take care. Good man.
And let's see who got nailed. Was that Coach Moore just took the big bath.
Mexican.
Coach Moore got bathed with a little Gatorade, a little quick kick.
Number 58 is celebrating for Hammond. I bet he was the culprit. Let's get a name on that.
And you know what? I'm seeing a lot of, here's the sportsmanship between the two teams. And you know, both they're congratulating they're all out in the middle of the field. They're hugging one another, talking to one another, telling them how good they played tonight. It was a great ball game. This is one of the finest ball games we've seen all year long, Shane.
No question about it. We will be back with an interview of Coach Carmen Moore from Hammond. But Hammond takes a very, very hard-fought victory, and Ponchatoula is going to take a whole lot of respect from everybody else as this ball game ends in a 17-14 Hammond victory.
Oh, they better get a whole lot of respect. They've got Hammond's respect. They should have the whole district's respect for next year. And you know, Coach Myers has done an excellent job with this football team. And you know, I look for good things to happen for this Ponchatoula Green Wave next year and for years to come.
We almost lost.
We tried. Coach, this was the definition of a hard-fought win. You had a team that had nothing to lose tonight, that played you with a tremendous amount of reckless abandon. You know, from the whole Hammond community, Ponchatoula deserves a lot of respect for the way they played the ball game tonight.
Well, I can tell you that after the game was something that, as a coach, you get the benefit of being on the field with a bunch of great kids from both schools. And I thought that the Ponchatoula kids, after what they've been through this year, you know, having so many close ball games, that they played their hearts out. And a couple of them were crying, and I said, look, baby, when you play as hard as you play, you deserve the right to cry. And I said, I understand. I've been there before. I understand how it hurts. But they were so classy when the game was over with. I think the fans should be aware of how classy that all those kids were. But I congratulate Jerry because he's done a great job of keeping the thing together here. And, you know, we just were outplayed emotionally by I don't know how much. And we were very fortunate to come out here with a win. Big plays by Randy, who had a great night tonight. But, boy, we didn't do a good job of pass protection at all. And that hurt us a lot. But Ponchatoula had a lot to do with that, you know. So we're just lucky, glad to get out here with a win and then see what the power rating is going to be. And hopefully we move from 17 to at least 16 so we can have a game at home. But this was a great game for the crowd tonight. And you know, this is what it's all about. Both sides were packed with people, and it was good. And it's as good a Hammond-Ponchatoula game, I guess, as you'll see. And I try to tell our kids to not focus on it being Hammond-Ponchatoula, to focus on us getting ready for the playoffs. But you can't do that. I mean, Hammond-Ponchatoula is Hammond-Ponchatoula, as you know, because you played in it. But it was a great game from a spectator standpoint. It about killed me. But I thought the officials did a great job tonight, by the way, and I want to be sure to say that. But anyway, great night for football. You know, a great game, and now they set our sights for next week and get ready for it. Whatever, you know, we'll find out Sunday at 2:15 who we play.
Well, certainly we'll be there with you. I tell you what, Coach, this was a ball game that, from a spectator standpoint, had some tremendous big plays on both sides of the ball. If you like offensive football, well, we had some big plays. You like defensive football, there was some big hits, and special teams too.
Yeah, it was. You know, both sides had their share of them. We were just fortunate. We came up with a couple of big plays early. We also shot ourselves in the foot 3 times in the first half that maybe could have gave us a little bit more of a cushion and give us a little bit more breathing room. But credit Ponchatoula, they never quit, and they took advantage of our mistakes and kept the game close and had an opportunity to win at the end. And I thought at the end, you know, we came up with some big sacks there on 3rd and 4th down that kind of put it away for us. But it was a bunch of big plays by them. The Lions kid who hadn't practiced all week because he was, you know, I think he had some kind of staph infection. Boys, if he was healthy, I sure as heck wouldn't want to play against him, you know. But I've watched him on tape, and I told our kids, defensively, they're as good as any top 3 in the top 3 in our division on defense. And offensively, if they eliminate their mistakes, they can really move the football. Tonight, they had probably fewer mistakes, although they did have some, and they moved the ball against us. And you know, you can see why they've, you know, Covington beat them 14-0, and Covington got the ball right down here on the 20 and the 5. That's how they scored. These guys are no slouch. They played tremendously tonight, and I respect them for how hard they played.
Was that a fake punt that was called by Jim Hall?
Yeah, we worked on fake punt, and Jim made an incredible catch just to get the ball because Chris, who's normally really accurate, snapped it way high, and Jim went up one-handed, caught it, and he threw it. You know, I told him, throw it to the sticks. And Duke, if he'd have thrown it to Duke, Duke might have scored from there. But Duke is a great athlete, and he made a big catch for us. Of course, we gave the ball away the next play, but it was a call play. We work on that every week in practice, and Jim did a good job with it, but didn't help us any because they got the ball right back.
Coach, one thing that I noticed that I hadn't seen the defense do this against a Hammond football team this year is that they came with a lot of defensive pressure, and it looked like they were coming from with their linebackers. Were they running a 3-4 defense, or were they running a straight 4 or 5-man defense?
Looked to me like they had about 17 guys out there. I tell you, we did not do a good job of picking up. Last week we did a great job picking it up against Slidell. So go figure. Tonight we stunk up the joint picking it up. And, boy, I guarantee Isha will be in the ice bath tonight and tomorrow because they knocked his little butt every way from Sunday. And but they came off the corner, and we did not do a good job of stepping and picking up the guy when we should have. And in the back, was looking both ways. They would come from both sides. The back take one side, they come off the other. And so they had a great game plan for us. We wanted to throw the hot route a little bit, and we weren't able to do that. But we got to big throws a couple of times, and when we throw the ball as many times as we do, they're going to get your quarterback some. Have 1 or 2 picked off, you got to just keep coming, just like getting the air in baseball. Got to come back, get ready, and forget about it, But it was a game that just like all those Hammond games, and Ponchatoula shoot. Those kind of things happen. Both teams played hard, made some breaks, got some breaks. And anyway, I'm just glad this baby's over. I kept looking at that clock and went, damn, that clock won't run, But I tell you, it was really long there at the end because they felt very confident. They were trying to get in that end zone. They weren't thinking field goal. I promise you, those guys were thinking score. And that's what they should have been thinking. And anyway, great game, and I'm just glad to get it over with. And we've been in the playoffs 6 straight years, now to be 7, and I'm really proud for our team and our community and the people that support our program. And we just, we've been 1 and out the last 2 years, and that's not what we plan on doing. And our kids need to respond well and get ready to play a great ball game next week against whoever we play.
Any major injuries to any of our ball players tonight, Coach?
I know that Scott's just banged up pretty good. Duke sprained his good ankle. He's been playing all year with a bad ankle. He sprained the other one, and Pete got his bell rung pretty good. And I think that those 2 will probably those 3 were probably the only ones that I know of that have some injuries that we'll check when we get back to school. I'll probably send all of them to North Oaks tomorrow just to get checked out.
It looked like Herschel Robinson and Damon Squares coming up big for you again. Looked like they came up big for you again this week.
Yeah, great quickness off the ball on the pass rush. Both of them, Damon and Herschel, both have done that. Also, Quarrell Whittington had some big plays, especially down there at the end where Gil blitzed them, and they made some big plays. But with those 2 kids, Herschel and Damon, probably the 2 quickest guys we got off the ball. Thought Chase Morales did a good job of picking up the screen twice and stopping it for losses, and that's just because he's smart and knows what to do. And I thought he did a good job. And there were a lot of bright spots for us. I'd have to go look on the film to see, but there were a lot of bright spots for us because Ponchatoula played their hearts out, and we had to play really good to beat them.
Well, you've heard it from Coach Coleman Moore, and we're looking forward to seeing you next week, Coach.
Somewhere.
Yes, sir.
Well, join us next week. We will bring you playoff action with your Hammond Tornadoes. It has been a classic Hammond Ponchatoula ball game, and folks, we've got another week of football ahead.